There are simple truths in life and in the criminal justice system that I believe policymakers in Illinois want to avoid. And one of these simple truths happen to be that people who are in jail or prison cannot harm people outside of jail or prison.
America, that sheriff just described the logic that Pritzker's own security team runs every single night. The man who signed the law that kept Dwayne Milton cycling back through Cook County courts had something that nobody else in Illinois got: an armed state police detail, live cameras, and a 24-hour monitoring of his perimeter. On your tax dollars, Milton found the one fence in the state that actually works.
I don't think that we should be listening to this president about promises that he makes or that he has any idea how to protect us in the state of Illinois. I am deeply concerned to make sure that we're keeping the people of Illinois safe.
What is up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Dwayne Cortez Milton, 46 years old, Cook County records. The Chicago court system show over, get this, 60 separate criminal cases, 10 felony convictions, an arrest history super long, like a Costco receipt. The arrest history going back to 1998. June 17th, placed on electric monitoring, an ankle bracelet that tracks his location and alerts the authorities if he goes somewhere that he isn't supposed to go. He started violating those terms almost absolutely immediately. Duh. July 4th, approximately 10 p.m., Gold Coast neighborhood on Chicago's north side, one of the wealthiest residential areas in the county, Pritzker's mansion. Milton jumped the fence and allegedly wandered on the property. The Illinois State Police security detail, watching live camera feeds, spotted him in seconds, and they caught him.
And the only reason why that happened is because the governor has security 24/7 in all of the places that he lives. So if this was your backyard, the police would have not found this person. Look in your own damn backyard, Governor. Look in your own backyard.
People who are in jail or prison cannot harm people outside of jail or prison.
3 times between April and May, Milton was arrested and released, you guys. He was arrested and released in Cook County. Each time, the ankle monitor was placed after May. By July 4th, he'd already been violating it. He was released pending trial on a trespassing charge, then separately pleaded guilty on July 7th to a different theft case, which put him back into custody. Under Illinois law, the category of offense that he was sentenced for can mean a release as little in 6 weeks. It's a revolving door. It's a revolving door in Chicago, in the governor's backyard, on the governor's camera. Here's what put an ankle bracelet on Dwayne Milton in the first place instead of an actual jail cell door. Pritzker signed the Safety Act in 2021. Illinois became the first state in the country to completely end cash bail. Cash bail is the money you post when you're arrested to stay free while your case moves through the court system. The stated problem: wealthy defendants pay and go home. Poor defendants sit in jail for months for minor charges, not because they're dangerous, but because they're broke. Okay? The Safety Act assesses risk, not bank accounts.
People are going to court, and the arrest rate has gone down. Lauriggio says no cash bail in New Jersey has reduced crime and repeat offenses.
Overall, bail reform in New Jersey has been successful.
That's the expert, the supporters cited. New Jersey, people going to court, arrest down. Dwayne Milton went to court multiple times this spring. He was then allegedly wandering on the governor's property in the middle of the night, in the dark, on the 4th of July. And guys, I want to give you the honest version. The argument behind the bail reform was real. Some people did sit in county jails for months because they couldn't afford a few $100, not because the judge found them, quote unquote, dangerous. That problem actually existed. The dispute is whether the mechanism fixed the entire situation or it just redirected the risk. What I'm not absolutely going to give credit for: a man with 10 felony convictions, 60 plus cases, and violated ankle monitoring, walking free in the north side of Chicago on the night of July 4th. That is the Safety Act working exactly as it was written. JB Big Bop Pritzker signed it. This, my friends, is the sequel.
Illinois will become the first state in the nation to eliminate pretrial cash bail.
That's just one part of this massive 700-page law that Governor Pritzker put his signature on this afternoon.
He was proud of it. He called it transformative steps, you guys. Said opponents were fear-mongering. He stood at the podium and told Illinois this was quote unquote leadership from JB Big Bop Pritzker. The test here is simple. Look at what's prosecuted and what's exposed. Everyone in Illinois got the Safety Act. JB Big Bop Pritzker got the Safety Act plus Illinois State Police plus surveillance cameras plus armed officers watching his perimeter around the clock. The law is for you. The armed state troopers are for JB Pritzker. That, my friends, is a two-tier system caught on the governor's own security cameras. One moment that belongs in the story briefly here. Trump had something to say.
The mayor is incompetent and the governor is a big fat slob. He ought to invite us in, say, please make Chicago safe. We're going to lose a great city if we don't do it quickly.
That's our president. That's my president. He said that at the turkey pardon, and I'll let that visual sit there. The substantive part, Trump followed it with a formal offer, posted it publicly, pick up the phone, call me, I'll help Chicago. This came the weekend that 39 people were shot down in Chicago and 6 people are dead. Pritzker's response here is, I don't think we should be listening to this president. Help was on the table, absolutely declined. The weekend numbers were 39 shot, 6 dead. This happens every 2 to 3 days in Chirac. The ISP security detail isn't incidental to this story. It is the story, my friends, because it exposes the single thing that makes Pritzker's policies survivable for one person, maybe 2. In Illinois. Those are not private guards. That is the Illinois State Police, the state government agency funded by Illinois taxpayers. Every hour of coverage, every officer, every camera feed, that is your money, Chicago. That's part of what most people are going to miss entirely about this situation. When the reporter asked what happens when this is in your own backyard, the answer is already documented. Milton had 60 plus cases before July 4th. He walked free on the streets in Cook County multiple times this year alone. Nobody, absolutely nobody was watching. Nobody had cameras. Nobody had armed security officers stationed around the perimeter. He found the one property in Illinois where somebody actually does. Now add the ICE piece. Pritzker went on camera in October and said the federal immigration enforcement is just going after black and brown people. He called people that ICE removes law-abiding. This was JB's own words here on camera, public record. He called immigration agents racist for doing their job while his mansion is guarded by taxpayer-funded state police. One group of government officers protecting the public, he attacks. One group of government officers protecting him specifically, he funds. That is not my opinion. Those are 2 documented positions held simultaneously by JB Big Bop Pritzker. America, he signed the law that sent Dwayne Milton back on the streets over and over and over again. He called agents who arrest violent criminals racist. He turned down federal help the weekend that 39 people were shot and 6 people are dead. Then a 10-time felon with a violated ankle monitor jumped his fence. The ISP caught him in seconds because someone is always watching the governor's house. Chicago, you paid for those officers. His constituents got the law. He got the law plus an armed detail, plus security cameras. The policy is for everyone. The protection, it's just for him. That's not the spin. That's what the camera showed. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.